I think if you go into the structure of the report, that on the left-hand column, that bottom option that shows you filters and such.
The very bottom tab along the left side, underneath the globe.
Here.
Yep.
Yeah. I think if you right-click on that section, I think that's how you can remove it.
Format section.
Actually, if you're just changing it to section .id, you can go into the edit.
That works. Although I'm not sure why there's a thing. There's why this ID has no information. And it didn't have any information before. I don't know. Right, so if we assume this works, so this is okay, or what would we do now?
It should be okay. I mean, you can change that if you want to add, like below that, the text name or whatever, but that's for the purpose of getting this set up. That should be fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
So what would
I'm
we
on
do
a conference
next?
call.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I guess I'm looking for the next step, or what would we do next?
Okay, so it's been a while since I've done this, but I think the next step is to go into the CNC and we have to create some profiles in the CNC. And Brian, I didn't realize we were going to cover this at today's meeting. I have to leave in 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I think we might be able to muddle through it. Once we get into the CNC, I think we could be able to figure it out.
Okay.
You go to profiles?
I think that's where we need to go next, yes. And you'll want to create a new profile. And name it whatever you'd like.
Anybody got any ideas? I'm just...
I was just going to say active, inactive text. That's fine. That should be fine. And then you'll want to right-click on that and do properties. I think it's properties. So if you click on profile targets, you'll want to add a new target. And then you'll want to, change the universe to whatever's tied to that text. I think if you retype, okay. merge dimensions. So I would assume that the one on the tech header would probably be your best bet. But
Yeah, that's probably what I would start.
because that's where the email address was typed, right?
Yeah, my email address is typed in the data table for that. That was.
Okay, so now at this point you want to make sure in the bottom right-hand corner to select OK. If you try to skip to one of the other options, it'll erase what you just did. So you have to do OK to save it.
And if I wanted to do profile value, I could.
Yeah, profile values is the next step. You want to add. And since we're bursting against non-licensed user data, you want to do that bottom filter expression, but first you're going to have to choose a user group in that upper, where it says user group, and it has a choose button. I just chose myself from the list,
Okay. Just go
and
over.
then select OK in the bottom right hand. And then at the bottom under filter expression, we want to select edit under that web intelligence formula. And then again, this is going to be, this name looks weird for some reason. This doesn't ring a bell to me, but go ahead and, yeah. Okay, here we go. So this is where you can select the individual tech IDs that you're filtering your report against, or you can select all of them if you want every tech ID included regardless.
And I wonder if it will hurt anything if we select it all.
Yeah, if we select more than a...
I don't know that it will. Since your report's filtering, it still should only send based on what's in your report.
Right.
However, it's not even showing all of the results either. It's only going up to 36,334.
They're all here. That's just the first bunch of them.
Well, I guess we would only need to go down to the FNs. So we would just select everything from the top two. And then I guess the AAs as well.
AA should be in this list, I would guess.
Yep. Up some.
You want to include the FN, Brian?
No. Let's include all of our internal IDs too for agents in case we want to use this for other report bursting stuff. Yep, right there. FD. Yep.
Let's skip the OAN.
Yeah. and skip the workforce.
Alright, that look good.
Yep.
Definitely top the one for the report today.
And then you can select OK in the lower right hand. Okay, so you can close that.
So there's our
Now you, yeah. Now I think, like I said, it's been a while since I've done this. I think at this point you just need to go in and set up your publication, and you need to set it up from here within the scan view. It doesn't work if you do it in the subject.
So Linda, if you need to take off, we can try to go through it and maybe, like, if we have questions we can verbally ask you. You said you were going to stay on the phone while you run to the school, right? And
Right. Yeah, I'll be on the phone. I just won't be able to view the screen.
okay. So yeah, new publication here, Tony.
what do you want to call it, Brian?
I'd say you can do text bursting publication or something like that. We could always set the name of the actual report that comes out separately.
Now you want to do the source document.
Do we add both of them, the text report and the active and inactive report?
You just want to do the one that you want to deliver out, so the active and inactive report.
Okay.
And then under enterprise recipients, you want to add yourself.
Yep.
And then dynamic recipients.
Choose the profile we set up. Oh, well, that one. Oh, that would be the second.
And that should be where you can write the second report that you have just to check and be in check email. Select OK right there at the bottom.
Oh, your save canceled it out.
Yeah, you have to do that OK button right below that field. And it should bring up a window here where you
Select the data source name for the document. Query.
the query. So it's query 1, and then it should allow you to select what you're bursting against, which is the tech ID, and then the email address. And then you want to use entire list. If you didn't want to use the entire, well, go ahead and then check that use entire list box.
let's use the entire list, right?
Right.
Okay. I hope we're not making you late, Linda.
No, it's okay. I'll be fine. But if you select the personalization, so in this bottom local profiles, if you were sending this to people based on users that had business objects licenses, you'd use the upper global profile section. We need to do the bottom local profile. So this is where you tell it which report field you're bursting against. And then your dynamic recipient mapping should be what you're
So primary
your recipient list.
pri email data 1, or is this the sections?
The report field is what you have sectioned the report against that you want to burst based off of. So it should be your tech ID.
Which one's the merged? Does it include the merged?
I merged them really quick, but I don't remember all of them. And I don't know if it's actually listing the merged field name. Oh, yeah, I guess these would be merged. Okay.
Yep, that looks like the merged one. So dynamic recipient mapping.
Yeah, and then that one should be what you selected to distribute the report on, which is your check number.
Cool, and it's showing up.
And then here you just do your format
well,
and your destination.
Isn't the dynamic recipient mapping, wouldn't that be the email address, since we already have the report field of the line item tech ID on the left?
No, it should be what you... No, it should still be the tech number.
Okay, all right, cool.
That's what you're sending it based on.
So then we're good to just move on to the formats and just the scheduling options.
Right. I think that's why you...
And that's where we ran into problems the last time, because it wouldn't show up with those boxes of the objects that are linked. So it looks like it worked.
Not more than 100.
Yeah.
Gotta put it all in here in the location, or do we just throw that in the schedule?
Nope, we put it.
What do we do?
I think we fill this all in.
So rarely do quotations. I usually forget.
We keep the SI email addresses, right? That's the dynamic.
Yeah, you want to keep that as your publication option, and then you specify the emails when you actually schedule it.
Just put like in the message like test at this point, and then we can just update it once we get confirmation that it works from the text.
Well, you can run a test under your own name under the CMC, but you don't have to send it out to the text.
Oh yeah, okay. So then if you want to put our generic disclaimer in there, Tony.
All right, hang on. Thanks. You want me to add anything to it? I guess just leave it like this. Didn't change it in the scheduler, right?
Right. Well, no, this is the scheduler. Oh, well, no, I see what you mean. Yeah, we could change it in the scheduler if you want. And then specify the name of the attachment. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I wonder what's the difference between the name and the value.
Well, like Linda said, we can run a test, and then hopefully it'll tell us what the subjects would be.
Okay. Great for now.
Hey, I'll be right back for a second. Hello. Good. Just on a conference call, but I stepped away for a second. Oh yeah, it's going good. Dogs are behaving. I let them out. Gave them a treat. Came back. Everything's peachy. Yeah. What? Oh yeah. Yeah. That'll be good. Yep. Yeah. Yep. I'll whip that up here in a few minutes. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was even thinking like considering making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I forgot all about the chicken chili and the potato stew in there. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Oh, cool. Yeah, it should be fun, especially with the guests that I'll say whenever after we're done eating or should be interesting. Well, I mean that was the plan, but I figure once we sit down and we order, then I'll let her know that we're there. And yeah, well, I'll have her try to plan it out that like whenever we're about done eating or something, I'll have her come over. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's possible. Yeah. Okay. Okay. We'll see you then. All right. Yeah. Have a good one. Bye. All right, guys. All right, so we finished the setting up of the publication. What'd I miss? Okay.
Sorry, I was talking to mute.
Okay, so I guess just from this point, we can just set up the reoccurrence.
Well, if you want, I think you can go straight into the publication in the CNC and just run that test to see if that works before you even set up the recurrence.
Should we just save and close at this point then?
I think so.
All right. And then it's off like a right-click menu?
I believe so. On the publication, if you right-click it, I think there's a test mode.
Yep.
It's been a while, so I'm not in.
Yep.
And then from there, you can tell it to send to yourself.
And then test in the...
That sends just to you.
And then there's a test in the bottom right-hand corner button, Tony.
Alright, so that's all we're going to do?
And then
Did you put in your email address?
his...
There should be an option information somewhere in there to select that you want the test to go to you.
I think probably your email address is tied to your Business Objects profile in the enterprise recipient, so maybe you could just push test here and it'll work. Or maybe you got to do the scheduling. Do you have to go through the scheduling and select Run Now and then put in your email address, Linda?
I don't remember, but that could be. If there isn't an option on that screen to select yourself as the recipient, then yeah, you would have to do that.
All right, yeah. Go to Schedule, Tony. And then Reoccurrence, select Now. And then go to Destination or Formats and make sure it's Excel. Yep, destinations, and then let's just put your name in the email.
Just replace this with mine.
Yeah. And then let's use, yep, right there. All right, let's run it.
Running it is. Might not like it if I'm updating the report and have it turn to run.
It probably shouldn't. It'll just take the last saved version.
Yeah.
And I don't know what'll happen. I'm just gonna say, so that first tab, I don't think is section by ID. That means the text will should get everything that's in that first tab.
Is that
But the original tab should only have their data.
It looks like he only got one. Did you only get one email, Tony? The not available tech ID?
Perhaps. Looks like Tom got an email.
Does the schedule instance say it's been running?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it must not.
it says running. No.
Okay. So as long as it's still running, it should be. What?
My house is now finally opened and it's got all the text in the one file.
And you should get one file that's like that because your name is, it's going to send you one with everything.
This
And if the instance is,
Yep, still running.
as long as it's still running, hopefully that means, because it'll continue to run until all of the individual reports have been sent out. So hopefully that means it's still working.
maybe it's trying to process all of the the recipients and formatting all the reports. You think it still does just one query pull, right, Linda? It doesn't have to run it each time for each recipient.
It depends on whether or not in the publication that option to run object per user is checked.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm trying to remember, I think that has to be set anyway, so it does do the individual. I'll have to look into that because I don't remember.
Just have the one email. Hey, Linda, before you went left from your computer, did you see Lisa Ryan's email?
No, I did not. I know she sent one about the TGCS billing, but I haven't looked at it yet.
I think she's just asking for bars, file numbers, and file dates. I can go ahead and take care of that.
I can get it unless you have time. I'm on my way back home already, so.
Oh, okay. Guess I'm working on this. She doesn't usually send them to both.
Well, we've both been on PTO enough that I think.
Yeah, she was just checking all of her bases. I wonder why this is still running. Because it only takes a few seconds to process.
Even if it takes, 20 seconds to run the query, if we multiply that by, if it did that for all 13 technicians, it would take, 3 minutes? A little over 3 minutes?
And you did say that the changes with the universe change, right?
Oh, I'm getting slammed with emails.
Oh, here we go. How many did you get?
This was so slow, I can't even count.
14.
Slow down, dang it.
Let's open one up.
Open one that's nice. Hey, now that one opens right up, like the other one takes a while.
So that was Gary Clark. Is there anything else on there besides Gary Clark? Hey, look at that.
Look, filter's not working. It shouldn't show the entire month of November on here.
Oh, that was something with report nursing, I found that it will not work. It ignores report level filters and only will take the query level filter, and I don't know why. I forgot about that.
Well, when we change this over to the service management universe, what we can do is just update it once a month for like the new month, and then just sort the data by the newest date on top.
How quickly you come up with a solution.
Not really a solution, just a suggestion, but I know it sucks that we would have to go in there once a month.